This video is about Avogadro's law, another gas law. So Avogadro's law is all about the relationship between the volume of gases and the number of gas particles. So in 1811, an Italian scientist, Amedeo Avogadro, who we have heard of before, found that equal volumes of all gases under the same conditions have the same number of particles. So this picture down here explains that idea. No matter what gas you're talking about, be it argon, oxygen, or nitrogen, or any other gas, if you have a mole of it, it has a volume of 22.4 liters if you're at standard temperature and pressure. So our definition is Avogadro's law means that gas volume is directly proportional to the number of moles of gas at the same temperature and pressure. It should say pressure here. Pressure. So here's our equation. V stands for volume. N stands for the number of moles. And this equation shows the directly proportional relationship. So here's our first example problem. This equation looks pretty similar to ones that we've used previously. We just need to remember that volume units that we use are liters, or it might be milliliters. And then for this, N is the number of moles. So we're looking for moles. So we're going to fill in our values into the equation. This one we're solving for V2. Oops. Okay. So we solve this problem the same way we do most of them. We can cross multiply and then divide. So we'll do that. So when I say cross multiply, I mean I'm multiplying these and then I'm multiplying these. And this one, we have 1 mole stuck to our volume 2, so we won't need to divide by that to cancel it. And we always, whatever we do on one side of the equal sign, we do the same thing on the other side. So then we can cancel our units of moles. And now we have 22.4 liters times 5. And when we multiply that, we get 112 liters is our volume 2. Another way to do this for this one would be to recognize the relationship between 1 mole and 5 moles. That's a times 5 relationship, so you could do times 5 on the top two, and that's what we ended up doing. Here's example 2. What is the volume of 10 moles of nitrogen gas at STP? All right, so for this problem, we need to use what Avogadro proved. So we saw it in a slide just a moment ago, but he proved by experiment that at STP, which is standard temperature and pressure, 1 mole of any gas has a volume of 22.4 liters. That's going to help us a lot in this problem because we're told that we have STP. So what we want to know here is basically if the volume of 1 mole of gas is 22.4 liters, we want to know what's the volume of 10 moles of gas. So we're solving for V2. And we're able to use this conversion factor here as our V1 because we know that we're at STP. We're told so in the problem. So now it just looks very similar to the problem we just did. So we can cross multiply and divide it. So 22.4 liters times 10 moles equals 1 mole times volume 2. It looks the same as last time. We want to cancel this 1 mole so we can get volume 2 all by itself. So that cancels, moles cancel, and we're left with 22.4 times 10. 22.4 times 10 is 224 liters, and that's our volume 2. You can multiply that. You don't have to put it into your calculator because when you multiply by 10, you just move your decimal point 1 to the right. So that's what we did to go from 22.4 to 224. All right, example 3. 6 moles of ammonia gas has a volume of 120 liters. So that's a N1. Liters is V1. Okay. At the same temperature and pressure, what is the volume of 18 moles of ammonia? So what is the volume? That's the part we don't know. 18 moles. That's going to be our N2. So we can just go ahead and set this up. 6 moles. It's going to be right here. Hope I left room. 120 liters equals volume 2, we don't know, 18 moles. And then we can cross multiply. Remember that's doing 120 times 18 and 6 times V. So 120 liters times 18 moles equals 6 moles times V2. We're trying to get volume 2 by itself, so we need to divide by what is stuck to it by multiplication. We divide because we want to do the opposite of multiplication, and we do this on both sides of the equal sign. That allows us to cancel 6 moles on the right side and cancel units of moles on the left side. We're left with 120 times 18 divided by 6. 120 times 18 divided by 6 equals 360 liters is volume 2. There's our answer. And that's it for this lesson. Thanks for watching.